All right, so here you have the loan process. All right, so just like we have it here, loan procedures, where you have the employee submission, then the approval from the unit head, account department, corporate finance manager, and then upon fund releases. All right, so the final approval is done by the DFA. So we're going to add also the DFA here. All right, so I'm going to set up a new stage called DFA to release fund, and then going to make the sequence to come before the done stage. So I'm going to select any of the DFA and then save this record. So I'm going to save this, come in here, set this. Don't know why it's not updating. So this is it. This is the processes. Of course, this is something you do one time. Then I'm going to now come here to say this is loan to specify the code and then save this operation. So if I come in as a user or an employee, I'm going to first of all come and then under search from Miss application, select request, click on new. I'll come in here to say request for loan for, all right, housing loan. We're going to come in to select this loan process. So here I'm going to decide for now what I really wanted. So I'm going to say I'm looking for 10,000 naira. So I'm going to say this is going to be started from, and then I write to request for loan to enable me finish adapt to my housing allowance. If there's any attachment, you use this. So this is fine. I'm going to save this. So you can see the states in which this is going to pass through. All right. So just like we have on the requirements. So the next thing is I'm going to move it to the unit head and then it passes through account department. So I'm going to forward this to my unit head. So I'm going to select forward. The unit head reviews these and also forwards to the accounts, also make a review. Account department receives this and forwards to this corporate finance manager, also reviews this and then forwards to the DFA to release this fund. The DFA receives this, right? So you can see here at this point, there's a new button called generate loan entry. So if I generate this loan entry, it's going to take me to this place where I will now set up the actual rate and everything that we want to give this person. So, but before then, you can actually compute to see how this is gonna look. So you can come to accounts first of all and set a kind of like where do we want this account to be positioned. But going forward, this might be off because we are actually trying to we are linking it to the payroll system. So back here, if I compute items, it's going to now show me what and how this person is going to make this payment. So at every month interval, you can see at this rate, this is what we're expecting this person to pay. All right. So if you do the calculation, you can see the interest and then the principal amount pay at this particular period. And then you can see none of them has been paid. So if this is fine, all I can do is to post. And then I'm going to rerun this using miscellaneous account operation. So this is fine, right? So I'm going to come in here and see that this is done, all right? So if everything looks fine at this point in time, the loan is actually running. So you can click here to view the running loan. So in case there's any manual payment, for instance, you really want to pay this off, you don't want this to be calculated from the loan, from the payroll, you can actually use this to maybe validate this. All right, create a journal to make this payment. So this payment is actually going paid and to our account, and then so I can actually make this payment. So if there's any other thing, none for now. So now I'm going to loan management, a payroll management. Know that this loan was taken by this is administrator, that's the employee called administrator. So if I want to make another, if I want to create a pay slip for this person, I'm going to say create for this same person. Of course, if there's any contract linked to him, so take for instance, this person's wage is 100,000 monthly. So I'm going to come in here to save this, look into the payroll, compute the sheet. So what the system does at this point in time is to bring in the possible payments that this person needs to pay, right? So the system have a way of bringing in the deductions so far. So there is a loan I've actually created for this person. The system is actually picking all the deductions that is supposed to be for this month and then adding it up here. So you can actually decide to skip from this particular deduction. All right. So this is actually one of the flexibilities that we have here. Options are available for the deduction across multiple months if necessary. IOUs are generally deducted in, okay. So there is an option of skipping. So you can actually skip this staff repayment for a particular month. That's allowing greater flexibility in managing personal loans. So you can actually decide to skip these inputs, other inputs, which is deduction. So you don't want this to be calculated when you actually create a draft entry for this person. But if you look into salary computation, you will see the deductions have always already taken place from the 100,000 naira this person is meant to be paid. So here you now be able to see what the net salary is going to be. These are the deductions. So if this pay slip is being generated, these two lines will be deducted. So there's also more flexibility to actually come in here and remove one of the loan in case you don't want it. So but now I'm going to now just create this, generate this payroll or payslip, and then boom. So I've posted it. So if you come here, everything has been generated. So this is just the payroll system, which I'm not going to talk about much. So the settlements or the loan management, if I go to the settlements, I will be able to see that this loan process, some of the loan processes have been marked paid. So if you go here, you'll be able to see that this has been paid, right? So those two. So I have pending loans that the system is actually computing based on the months, but because of the testing, it's actually picking any of the months because of the testing. So the more I keep creating pay slips, the system is actually updating me with what this person needs to pay before it can also go into another loan that is being facilitated. So that is what we have here. Thank you.